Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Wisdom Circle 2025.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's 2025. Oh, hi, my name's Priscilla. Welcome to the Wisdom Circle. Heather is my co host, and together with Wisdom Seeker Joan, Terry Suzuki, Sun Psychic Jean, and Terry Lee, we are the Wisdom Circle. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to our new year. I can't believe it's already here.
It is.
Fantastic. Hi, everybody in the chat. Craig Dixon, Heavenly Blessed Honey, Samantha, welcome. Thank you all for being here. We have a lot of new members on the Crone Zone, so I'm just going to let them know what this is all about. Every month, the six of us get together, and each of us picks a topic, 2 topics a year to talk about. And we discuss anything to do with ascension or what's going on in our lives. Just whatever happens to be our subject of the month. Our goal is to share, support, and validate each other, as well as those following a spiritual path. We're here to share and discuss spirituality related theories, experiences, information, and perspectives from diverse backgrounds and points of view. We hope to make you laugh, to feel included, and maybe gain some insight or perspective on whatever is happening to you on your spiritual journey. Our individual paths are unique. No two of us are the same, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Today, I'll be your hostess, and we're going to talk about how to find inspiration when you're not finding any inspiration. And it's not easy, and it's a subject that I am well versed on at the moment. So, all of our participant contact details are in the description of each Wisdom Circle video, as is a list of future Wisdom Circle show dates, presenters, and subjects. So please check it out when you get a chance. And then I will get started. Any news anybody wants to talk about before we move forward?
It's still snowing.
And we're going to start soon. Relatively.
It hasn't started yet. Hey, Lauren Huntsinger. So today we're going to talk about how to find inspiration when you're not feeling it. Why is that showing? How strange. Why is it not showing up? Whoops.
I do.
There we go. I don't know what happened to mine was getting colored weird. So all of us have had troubles finding inspiration here and there in our lifetimes. And I think it's important we talk about it. I personally am having some issues with depression, and I talked to the ladies earlier today, and I believe part of it has to do with light deprivation. I live in a cave right at the moment. Since April, I've been in a basement apartment, which is different from the sunshine of Florida. I don't have a saltwater pool to swim in when I am feeling stressed like I always did down there. I feel untethered, I guess, because of the fact that I'm waiting on my van to be built, to be finished out, and so that I can go on my new adventures, which I will share with the community. So I thought maybe that would be a good idea to talk about finding inspiration when you're totally unmotivated, because that's the way it's been for me lately. So, ladies, have you all been suffering anything to do with light deprivation or depression? Part of it, I believe, is the politics of the situation of our lifetime right now.
Yeah.
The insanity and chaos of our world out there.
Yeah. So everybody knows that I'm the sun psychic Jean because sun is very much affected by the sun. I do struggle, and I know this about myself. Usually right before Thanksgiving and then in through Christmas is really a tough time for me, and it is every year. And I do a lot of sleeping, and I try and really take care of myself. But there was some sort of a full moon, or there's astrological changes and happenings going on. And I could feel, I was burning the candle at both ends. It was a big time for my psychic fairs to be. I was really very busy. I had a lot of shows. I was doing a lot of readings, and then wham, it hit me, and I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" But it was an energetic drain that I just could. It was like a funk. I said, "I'm in the funk. I'm just not myself." I couldn't feel it, and I
Exactly.
felt like it was like around one of the moon phases, 11:11, and it started early for me. And I thought, this is really odd. So I canceled 3 shows in one day, canceled everything, took care of myself, made sure I had all my nutrition, all my balance, all my a book, a blanket, hot cocoa, everything that I needed. And I really took care of myself, slept, took naps, and rested. Really, really took care of myself because I knew that wasn't me. I knew that energy wasn't for me and that I just need to ride it out. And I had friends check in on me and find out, how you doing? I'm like, I feel like a little better, but I'm not quite myself. And I wouldn't go back onto my regular schedule until I was 100% fully myself. And I felt like I
Smart.
remember the day I said, I'm back. I can feel I'm back. And it was scary, but it's really, you have to be diligent. You have to be proactive and remember that the astrological signs, the earth, the sun, everything is affecting our energy these days. It's really important for us to take care of ourselves.
Oh my God, how many solar flares have we had in the last
Yeah.
3 days? It's just ridiculous the amount of energy that's coming off the planet. And I made the mistake of getting my latest, 6th or 7th COVID jab on Thursday. I was on the couch Friday, mostly Saturday, finally got up feeling halfway decent Sunday, and hallelujah. I managed to work out with I have a trainer that I Zoom with 3 days a week, and I managed to work out. I couldn't work out with her on Friday because I was so out of it. Worked out with her today, but I noticed that everything was incredibly hard today, where it wasn't last Wednesday, last week. Everything, I couldn't do as many reps, or I couldn't use the heavier weights, that kind of thing today. And which she noticed, and I was like, COVID jab, it had to be.
Well,
That
and
felt awful.
going with what you were saying about where you go or where you are, I think if you're observant, for instance, I went to visit my grandkids and my son in Kansas, a different area, and just got sicker and sicker and sicker. And the moment I got back home, I cleared up and everything was great. So I think where you are also affects how you are.
The energetics of wherever you are, because from what I know of you and you experience Kansas has always been an issue for you
Yeah.
energetically. So
For
it's
the
really interesting that you even noticed it more this time than normal.
Oh, it was horrendous. I am so happy to be back. Terry.
Thank you.
Oh,
What are
good.
you going to say, Miss Terry?
God. Keep your mouth shut, Terry. Mute it. I'm sorry, you guys. I got to say something.
Good.
I am just on fire lately. And I'm listening to you and I'm like, oh, I wanted to compliment you, Priscilla, on getting to it, getting back at it, because that is so critically important. And I don't know if a lot of you know out there, but I have rheumatoid arthritis. And so I'm dealing with this toxic medication and all this, but I got this thing called an aero ski, and it gave me excitement about working out at home again. And I've got my weights, and I'm on really working on my diet and healthy foods, that sort of thing, avoiding bread, that kind of stuff. But the journey I have been on since November 5th is just unreal, because I was so hit like a brick, and I thought everybody ascended and left me behind. And but slowly,
No, that happened to me, not you.
oh man, I looked at my husband, I'm like, okay, he's here.
The only
But
thing I can say
it
to
took a
that,
while to begin to just get into that, and that meditation, music. Priscilla, I would recommend red light therapy. I have a
Mhm.
red light panel, not that expensive really, and it's adjustable so you can hang it so it affects any part of your body. That
I
is
love
very
that.
powerful. I think that's a lot I credit that with a good deal of my healing. And then as you start to just go, I know I can get back there, and I know I sound like, I've been called that, terminally perky, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
that's really friendly.
I
I
get
don't
it.
be terminally perky again. I don't like feeling
That's it.
bleh.
So that shows that that's not your nature.
Right.
That's not who you are.
It's not been my nature for a long,
Yeah.
long time.
And
Yeah.
when you were
Maybe-
talking,
Go ahead.
when you were talking, I kept hearing David saying, "You're David," saying, "You're exactly where you should be. Don't worry about
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you can find a pool that you can go to. Is there a public pool around? Have you
it."
looked
In this pool,
around?
Yeah, I'm not sure pool's where I want to be right now and this whole weather. Although there is a
Hot spring.
Well,
center here very close that I will check and see if they have a pool. But they're
good
usually
girl.
chlorine, and that's not the point. Our pool was salt water,
Oh,
and
sure.
I really need a saltwater pool.
I
So
know.
the
Yeah.
chlorine is so
Yeah.
bad for our skin and our health.
Yeah.
Is there a natural hot spring around?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll take a long
Mineral.
weekend and go hit the hot springs.
Yeah.
There's some in Durango that are just delightful that we went
Yeah.
to last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you get the van, then you can do like a tour of all the hot springs in the
Oh, yeah.
West. That'd be cool.
And
The
you can
only
take
trouble
it
is with
with you.
hot springs, I also have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I have POTS when I get into heated hot
Oh,
tub.
okay.
I have to have it kind of barely warm.
Oh,
Otherwise,
yeah.
my blood pressure drops really low. And it's kind of scary.
A
Yeah.
lot of hot springs have the pools at different levels. I don't know
They
if yours
do.
does, but I
The
have
one in
those here in
Durango
Idaho.
has all different temperatures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I managed to do that last summer. It was a
Hot
lot of
springs are a
fun.
great idea. You
So
are a naturally joyful soul, and I have no doubt you will find your way back to that.
thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. I'd like to know if anybody else is struggling out there and how are they doing and how are they coping and what are their the political darkness, the cold. Yeah. Amen, Janet.
Lots of
I made the
people.
mistake of turning on the television this morning and that just went,
No.
Yeah.
that was just so depressing. I could hardly stand myself. That was awful. So I would love for let me get this banner up. If you have
I love float tanks. That's a great idea. Saltwater float tanks.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Ooh, that'd be
I
fun.
think they have
I
one of
want one
those
in
here.
my basement. No.
Those are great.
Nice.
And I recently went in, I saw this on Next Level Soul and the healing egg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Heard-
and I looked up and there was one a mile from me. And it was kind of great.
What is a healing egg?
It uses
that.
sound and light vibration.
Mhm.
And it's I just did a one-time thing and it really helped me. You kind of, they do a very intensive or extensive
Mhm.
medical history and what's going on with you and everything. And then they have certain music and light programs that might be of
Mhm.
assistance. And mine was about releasing emotion, releasing grief and all of that.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, it was all starting to come out. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Did you cry,
Yeah.
cry?
And sound therapy.
I have a
Goals.
really hard time letting go to cry. I hate to cry.
Well, that's
And I
it's been 2.5 years or so, and now it's finally kind of coming out.
that's
Yeah.
It takes
wonderful.
time.
There's a crystal shop in our area that has crystal light therapy, and it's actually a table. So I would get on the internet and research
I'm gonna
what's
go
around
see
you.
what's going around. Just-
Also, the singing bowl therapy. Oh, that's so fabulous. It's so amazing.
I love singing bowls. I love
Yes.
kirtan.
Yeah.
I would love to hear some kirtan. Rolling with it. Eat, go outside, rest, repeat. Be gentle with ourselves. This is like everything will pass. Isn't that the truth? It will. Well, I actually looked up. Wow, this is so strange that everything is big. So these are some great ideas, you guys. Let me see what is on here real quick. So
Lauren
choose.
is just saying it must be a water dragon thing, Priscilla. Tears don't come for her
Oh,
easily
wow.
either. Sorry,
And
go
I
ahead.
was always taught you couldn't cry because you're just being selfish when you cry. So it's a long haul to be able to.
Interesting. Well, I think these are really all good ideas and good for everybody, actually. And this particular, whoops, I'm trying to get the arrow out of the way. It's always you who choose how you want to feel. You choose to be sad, happy, excited, up or down. People who don't understand this have their emotions tied to things, people, situations, and circumstances. You can't walk around with a button that can be easily pushed. Learn to step back, understand your emotions, and gain inner stability. Choose how you respond. That's really great. And I think this is wonderful advice, except for when you're depressed, you can't
Right.
see it. You absolutely can't see it. 7 rules of life. Let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compare. Stay calm. It's on you. Always smile. Some of those I think are absolute bullshit. Who can always
Come
smile?
on.
when they're depressed?
Which ones?
It is on us.
Oh,
Every bit of it is on us.
But that saying, it's on you. And if you're depressed to start with, will only make you more depressed.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, you really I was really trying to find some different things that can help people pull themselves up. It's wild when you finally realize it's not really other people that bother you. What truly bothers you is how you perceive their actions or what you make their actions mean about you. That means it's never really anyone else that's upsetting you. Rather, it's your own perspective that's upsetting you. Most of what triggers you comes from a painful past experience that shaped how you see things. No matter what someone else is doing, you can always decide to heal from your past and upgrade your perspective. Freedom doesn't come from changing others. It comes from within and it's always available to you. It's just a perspective shift away. I kind of like that.
I like
It's all
that.
about the shadow work, you guys. You know, it's all about the shadow work. And we've been doing shadow work forever.
And we're still doing it.
And we're still doing it. It never ends.
Yeah.
Boy, Cindy, you got that right. Life is not a Hallmark movie. I'm sorry. Whoops.
Yep.
It's not.
I wish it was a Hallmark movie. We'd all be excited. So some of the strategies that we can use are journaling. Okay, I start to journal. I have about 15 journals that have about anywhere from a half a page to 10 pages. I have some that are completely full, but not recently. I tried to start writing the other day. Yeah. Change your environment. Spend time outdoors, go for a walk. When I go up to the mountains, I feel so much better. I love being in the hills. I love the fresh air, the forest, watching my dog go crazy in the woods. That
That's
all
it.
helps.
That's good stuff.
Talking to friends. Well, I know you ladies as well as I belong to several practice groups, and the practice groups and the women that are in our practice groups enliven, just are fantastic for each and every one of us as far as raising our vibration
They're so
and helping,
supportive.
having people to talk to. Like this group of ladies here, I had quite a long chat before. Strangely enough, we all showed up very early today, which is not normal. We're always skating in at the last minute, ready to go. But today we're all there early, and this group of women helped me get through my pre-show jitters and whatever
Yeah.
before we started the show. So that is truly wonderful. I hope each and every one of you has friends like these. And I have many like this in this community, and we're all there for each other. So that is truly helpful. And thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. Trying different approaches to how you do things.
Yes.
Thinking outside the box, trying something different.
Yeah.
That's always good. And then also asking questions. And I've been asking a lot of questions in the last few months. What is really going on? Why is this triggering me? Why am I reacting to this situation the way that I am? Why is it upsetting me? What triggered these emotions? And how are these emotions serving me? Are they making me happy, or are they making me sad? Are they nothing? You know, why? You have to keep asking why. Why am I going here? Why am I doing this when I have a wonderful life. I have a wonderful family. I have wonderful friends. What the hell is wrong with me? You know, there's nothing wrong with you. That's the point. There is nothing wrong. You just have to get through whatever it is. Gratitude. I've
Yeah.
really made a point of
Huge.
huge gratitude.
Yep.
Every night before I go to bed, every morning when I wake up, I have to think of at least a handful of things to be grateful for.
I'm grateful for the journey.
Yeah, grateful for this journey, grateful for whatever this is that's bringing up the crap that needs to be released.
We signed up. And my thing is, I'm eternally grateful for this lifetime on planet Earth. This whole
What
thing.
about when you're not feeling particularly grateful for this lifetime on this planet Earth?
Because I can always look around me and say, wow, other people are having, I mean, especially now, not hard to look over and go, oh, I pray for that person because what they're going through is 100 times harder than what I'm going through. And, you know, that energy of empathy and care and knowing that we have power to raise the consciousness of the planet. That's part of our job here.
Absolutely, it is.
Signed up.
For some
It's hard to
reason,
raise the vibration of the planet when you're struggling with your own vibration.
I get it. I get it.
And I'm not talking about me at this point. I'm just
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about
All of us.
that we all go through these times of trouble. This is
right?
just odd for me because I'm in an odd spot. Go ahead, Terry.
For some reason, I so I do the gratitude thing too, and I wake up every morning and thank the Creator for even all the crappy thoughts I had and all that. I just thank him for all of it anyway, because remember, one of my core beliefs is that I stood in line vying for tickets to be here at this time. And I also try to remember that if we were back in heaven right now or back wherever, between the lives, we wouldn't be experiencing any of this. And we'd be looking back like, wow, what a great adventure that was.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, Terry, just go on the adventure.
I
You
love
know,
it.
but I would have to say I have one other thing. No, it's not that I don't experience the same thing you're experiencing. I do a lot.
Mhm.
But they've done lots of psychological studies about people who smile, and that it actually, just by smiling, it lightens the load a lot. And what people don't know about me is I've always had something wrong with my mouth. So I have to smile all the time because I can't close my lips. That's how you always see me smiling because I can't not smile.
Interesting.
You did that on purpose.
So I do think that helps stave it off, but not always. I mean, just like you guys, that November 11th, I normally am not affected by astrological things, but damn, that one hit me hard. And Jean can talk about that.
Yeah.
I called her a lot in
Mhm.
that time period after that, like, what the hell just happened here? Yeah.
What was that one? What was that one in October 11th?
No,
November.
November
Oh,
11th.
November
I
11th.
don't know. But it was powerful and it
It was
lasted
an
a long time.
astrological thing you were saying,
Yes.
or okay.
Yes. Usually not
Interesting.
affected by them, but like Jean was, a lot of people were, and I think a lot of people are still even having trouble getting out of that. It was a very powerful,
Mhm.
Now I
powerful
gotta
thing to
go call
happen.
Valerie and find out what it
And
was.
Valerie, we need you.
it's
Yeah.
and what it's throwing at us now is not decreasing. Even though they say in some ways it's decreasing, it decreasing from where it was, but still
Right.
up above from where it was before.
Yeah.
So it really isn't going down that much.
We've
Right.
experienced 2 X-class solar flares in a
Mhm.
week.
No,
this
I think there
last
was
week.
3 in 24 hours in the
Yeah,
last
something like that.
3, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think,
Boom, boom, boom.
and a bunch of C's and M's. I mean, we really are being bombarded right
We
now.
are.
I was watching Stefan Burns Stefan Burns yesterday.
I love
I
him.
had to quit watching it. It was just so the intensity of what's hitting us. It's no wonder I'm crazy, acting crazy.
And Cindy says Eckhart Tolle calls it living in the pain body, which is your
Yes.
ego, but your real life is as a spiritual, eternal being. And none of the feelings you have on the daily are what's real.
Mhm.
It's part of the ego experience.
Sure.
Mhm.
Oh, and Cindy said it was the 1111 portal. Did you get affected by it too?
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I always thought the portals were supposed to be good.
Not
I did
always.
too.
Well, it's just that there's changes and shifts in energy.
Yeah.
And there's the frequency and vibration, everybody can drink now. The frequency and vibration is constantly changing, ebbing
Mhm.
and flowing. And sometimes there's sudden shifts. Sometimes, and Valerie says we are hurling through space in a time and place where we've never been before.
That's right.
Even though they say back in, the Vietnam times is coming up, the same astrological lineup, but we're not in the same place in the universe. We're constantly moving and changing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And many more things have been created since then that are causing a lot of chaos in our life. The inundation of information, the attitudes of people are stronger and different. But the reason why we came here was
And-
that this time is the greatest time to experience spiritual growth. If we can make it through this, ladies,
And
we're-
we will. You
we're
know,
rock stars.
We're getting bombarded from both ends. We have
Yeah.
the solar flares, and just look at how many earthquakes and tornadoes have been through in the
Oh.
last week.
Guy is going
that's
through.
because Mother Earth is ascending. Mother Earth.
We're getting it above. It's not any wonder that you're getting clobbered.
Yeah. That's what's happening right now. And we're
Mhm.
we're riding that wave.
Yeah.
On the 1111, Venus entered Capricorn, emphasizing integrity and quality in our taste and values. And then Mars enters Leo, bringing vibrant, colorful energy for dramatic expression.
Oh,
And she said Mercury retrograde is in Sagittarius, glossing over details. Pluto is in opposition with Capricorn and transitioning to Aquarius, which means there's a lot of astrological changes going on.
Mhm.
And it's real important for us to take real good care of ourselves
yes.
and give ourselves the extra TLC that we've required during these big shifts.
Right. And might I add, do it in joy. Don't do it in fear.
Right. And
Yeah.
I'm
going to treat
cut some
myself.
slack.
What,
mean,
Heather?
Is that Heather?
Cut yourself some slack.
Yes.
A lot of slack.
Yeah.
I
love
think we do need to cut ourselves some slack because our world is absolutely insane right now with all the planetary alignments and retrogrades and solar flares and the chaos on the planet. It's a wonder we're not all nuts these days.
But
I do
we
think
do have a lot of help. We do have a lot of help.
Yeah.
So
you do.
Lauren says, Valerie, Illumination Portal said planets have not been in these positions in 2,400 years. There is also a pattern that is ending a 26,000 year cycle. There is more than that you can't remember. I know it's a lot. It is a
Yeah,
lot.
the 26,000 year cycle is we are actually have moved through all 12 planets and are starting back at the beginning to starting back what, Aquarius into the Aquarian age where we were in the Piscean age the last 26,000 years. So we're moving in, but if we're even in the Piscean age, we're at the baby steps. So that's why it's such chaos, because it's taken the divine masculine and reprogramming it by bringing in the divine feminine to help balance out all that toxic masculinity that has been rampant for the last 26,000 years.
And all of that is happening, and it's very valid. But I think in this show particularly, we want to make sure to say, if you're suffering from severe depression, do what you can. Try the healing egg and the lights and everything else, but see a medical professional,
Yeah.
because there comes a point, and most people, luckily, usually most people know when that is. But there are things that can be done, and you need to do that.
Absolutely.
It's also
seek medical help.
Yeah,
better health for chemistry if you need.
Yeah, exactly. I know that sometimes it's kind of interesting to see, well, I guess the message is do what you can now, because there's all these wonderful ideas about what you can and should be doing or whatever. But if you can't bring yourself to meditate or to journal or whatever, if you're just kind of lying there and feeling really depressed, think, what could I do today? Could I take a shower? Could I get dressed and get out of my pajamas? That's good. And for me, the thing that's really saved me is getting out and going for a walk every day.
Yeah.
Because
I have a dog that makes me get up and go walk.
Yeah. And now, because of a lot of other stuff, and I'd been overdoing it kind of, all of a sudden my hip and my knee and my shins were to the point where I can't go out and walk anymore. Well, that's like taken away. That's difficult. And I thought, okay, well, I've been doing all this lifting and carrying and doing tasks that are physical. So I fell off of my PT exercise schedule. So for the past month, that has been the thing that I'm doing. And that's allowed me to get better enough that I can walk maybe half as much, a third about, maybe 2 times a week.
That's good.
So that's something, because
See,
then
that's one thing I've also had is I started having hip pain. It's where my hamstring attaches to my pelvis, I believe. So that when I bend over, it hurts. If I sit too long, it hurts. And I've been trying to work my way through that, thinking maybe it's just a muscle strain. Now I'm getting to the point I think I need to go see a doctor about it, because it's
does it feel like
not
sciatica?
really improving.
Does it feel like sciatica, the one that?
No, it's not sciatica.
Okay.
This is, I think it probably I stretch too much because of the Ehlers-Danlos, which is hypermobility. I'm more mobile than most people, and it's really easy for me to go too far. So I quit Pilates because of it. I think Pilates was making problems for me. So I had to quit that. I still have my Paula that I'm doing every other day, and doing and walking a couple of times a day with the dog, which helps, and going to the mountains.
Yeah, and I agree with you on at least one thing. There was a time when my daughter was so depressed that we were just working on getting one thing done in a day. And that was a successful day. If she got that one thing done, later on you could go to 2. But to start with, we were just looking for one thing for her to have done to feel successful. It was so bad.
Right.
So
that sucks.
So Barbara says, when I feel helpless, I follow the serenity prayer and do baby steps.
There you go.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Thank you, Barbara.
Barbara.
Yeah, really. I
But
like
I'll finish
doing
up my
it,
story.
going out
It was
outside.
the hip and the losing the ability to walk too much that forced me back to exercise. And I thought, and I listened to meditation music while I'm exercising. I thought, well, as long as I'm here, I can just start meditating. And then now it's easier to do. I was forced to do it by pain to do the hip exercises, and now I'm back to meditating every day. So that's
Good.
one thing after another.
I really want to get back to meditating
Yeah.
every day. It's
Yeah.
I sit down to meditate and my restless leg started kicking in.
Oh.
So I would like be able to 5 minutes and that would be it. I'm like, no, I'm used to it. 45 minutes, an hour. This is not working.
Mm.
Start
It's
small.
Yeah.
crazy sometimes.
Janet, good call there. She said she usually likes to go out, but it's an ice rink out there right now,
Yeah.
and it's best not to, for sure.
You know, I would like to insert that there's an awful lot of help. That's one thing. We may have all of this technology and stuff that we feel like is a burden, but you know, I go on YouTube and I find like exercises for ladies over 50 and all kinds of things. If you can't do the yoga that day, go look and see. There's some chair things that you can do. There's some wall exercises you can do. There's all kinds of things, steps. There's a lot of YouTube video where someone just does steps and you do steps with them. If you can't go outside, it's pumping blood through your body, making your circulation better and encouraging yourself to feel alive. That's the important thing. We got to
That's
feel alive.
true.
Yeah.
True. I have a stationary bicycle. You think I'm
Beautiful.
on it? I get on it 30 minutes before I work out with my trainer, and the rest of the week it sits there, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? I used to ride my bike every day.
Watch TV and ride it. That's what I do with mine.
I used to do that.
With my hip hurting, I can't. It's so uncomfortable to ride the bike right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, these are just things that have just snowballed. I've allowed the snowball out of control. Little things that have gone wrong constantly since I've been here. Missed packages, missed mail, just annoying little things that have just added up to like, this is bloody ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I often do if I get really down is I remember something that Jean told me.
Oh,
Jane.
I know it's a font of information. But she reminded me one time that meditation should involve kind of laughter. And so once in a while, if I'm really down, and I'll just go watch some funny YouTubes where that you're just laughing.
Yes.
And that helps a lot. It actually helps quite a lot because
does.
not just laughing doesn't just make you happy. It like moves your diaphragm and moves things around inside.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And
sometimes,
everything changes.
Great advice.
Yeah.
yeah.
And happily ever after movies or feel good movies is what I call
Oh,
them.
Hallmark.
But
Or YouTube. And
it's like Rudy and, you know,
I love the YouTube animal videos. Those I get on that.
they're
I get
fun.
on that kick for a while, you know, silly
Mhm.
dog stuff, silly cat
Yeah.
stuff, just
Yeah.
silliness, just, you know,
Yeah. There's
yeah,
one lady on
inspiring
TikTok.
songs.
it is good.
Bob
Yeah.
Marley. I love
Oh,
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley
Yeah.
does it for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What
There's
am I-
one lady on TikTok that she's working on losing weight, and she does a dance with me for 1 minute. So if she shows up on your TikTok feed, then she'll put on a fabulous song and she wants you to stand up and dance with her
I
for
love
1
it.
And she's so funny and she's not necessarily a super good dancer, but she's got the most fun looking face. She's so happy while she does it. It kind of makes me happy.
Yeah. Oh, dancing is great therapy. It
Oh, yeah.
really is. It moves your energy. It moves your soul. That's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Heavenly Blessed Honey says, animals and babies. Yeah, I watch those reels too. Animals and babies.
Baby goats.
Yeah, there's no
my
guilt
God.
in it.
Oh,
much
the
choice.
animal babies. The combo of them. That's great.
I know, I love
For
it.
therapy.
That's brilliant.
Or having a dog that
Didn't
runs
I-
and hops like a goat. It's the weirdest thing I ever saw. It makes me laugh all the time.
I don't know if you have a playlist of our wisdom circles, but I think that running through the playlist of the past wisdom circles is very inspiring too. And it really is, it's not easy, and it is a physical feeling that you feel that you're just not yourself, and there's something that is sort of like ungrounded and sort of waving. There is that feeling, and it's the feeling that it makes us concerned, but there is ways to circumvent this, and you
Yes.
really have to. It's important to try and push yourself and do what you can, even though you're not feeling that. I go down under. I go to sleep, I rest, I get the chocolate and the blanket, and that's my way of recovering and recuperating. But some people need the stimulation for sure.
I
Yeah.
did that this weekend for the COVID jab. I laid on the couch and read what little I could read. I couldn't focus much because of that, just feeling off. But yeah, books and hot chocolate. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, snuggie. That's
Hot
snuggie
chocolate.
stuff to do in the
And
winter.
they can be unusual things. Like for me, when I was living in Kansas, every time it snowed, it was a bake day.
Yeah.
As soon as it snowed, I was baking bread. I was baking cookies. I was
He
baking
did that during COVID, and I gained about 50 pounds. Mhm.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you,
we
Cynthia,
felt
for taking
better,
it
didn't
off. It's
we?
her fault. It's her fault. Do you know that she makes the best homemade croissants you have ever laid a lip?
Oh, croissants.
And
Wow.
the thing is, it's fun.
She will
It's
stand
fun.
there and fold that dough a million times. I don't know how anybody folds dough like that, but it's
That is
fascinating to
crazy.
watch. Yep,
Yeah,
she's
it's
a
fun.
Heather is a
And
baker.
but we both enjoyed that a lot more than what you thought. It kept
Oh,
us
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Just ate
fat.
way too much.
Well, and asking your guides out loud, I need help. Show me some new things. Bring some stuff to me. That
Well,
shows that you have that desire. And then, they're obligated.
I got worried that I was being psychically attacked. I was worried that there was dark energies attacking me somehow, and I called in Michael. I called in all the archangels. I said,
Good.
"I need your help, and I need it now." And I
Good.
felt Michael wrap his wings around me, and
I love
I
that.
felt immediately better. So
Beautiful.
I believe that some of that was just low energy. And I
Well,
think light workers are attacked a lot,
I
particularly.
I think that shows that you're learning, though. I mean, you knew immediately what to do. See, so
Well,
you're
not
learning and you're
immediately.
growing. Well, but you know what to do. And we all have so much at our disposal, especially with our beautiful community here. All the you can go get a reading from someone, or you can go, get your chart looked at. And there's things that you can do, and their little hints will come. I have a bomb to drop. Can I drop it now?
Sure. Drop it.
Always before these shows, I ask the guides, okay, I'm not really sure what I'm going to say about this. Why don't you give me something? And last night I was watching the Golden Globes, and the movie Wicked won for, I think it was the biggest box office draw or something like that.
Sure.
The whole cast is up there. And this little director comes up, very handsome Asian man, and he's talking, and he's got all this enthusiasm. He's like, everybody said it couldn't be done, and they told us no one would want to watch this. And he just kept going on. And then at the end, he said, but we just created it out of radical optimism. And I jumped up out of my chair and I went, that's it. That's it. And then I discovered later that Dua Lipa has an album called Radical Optimism. I started looking it up, and I'm like, I'm going to use that. I'm going to take that in. That is a very powerful thought. I'm just going to look for all the opportunities, how things can change and get better and go right, and people can discover and help each other, and all the things that are going to come from this time that we're going through. I want a t-shirt that says that. Actually, I'll bet I can find one.
I like that.
Watchword for 2025, radical optimism.
Radical optimism.
Perfect.
I love that.
Yeah.
Have you guys all seen the
Thank
movie? I've never seen the movie. I'd never seen the play or anything. I had no idea what the movie was about. And Olivia and I went to see it, and I thought it was amazing. But
Oh,
I cried through it. I cried through so much of it. I was so sad
yeah.
for how that she was treated. I can't remember her name, the green one.
Yeah. I don't know either.
It's an odd name. Elphaba, is that right? Elphaba? I was just horrified.
Yeah.
Interesting story.
It was a nice emotional roller coaster ride.
It
But
certainly was.
just to see all of their faces and I thought, wow, if they can go and together as a group create this amazing thing that helps people, and so can we.
True.
Yeah, we can do that too. I think we are doing that right now,
I think
aren't
we are doing it. I think that's what we've been doing with our channels and the wisdom circles and all that we're out there doing. And thank you, White Dragon.
And,
Yeah.
I agree with you, because I put up such a big fight the second night I was in Kansas. It was like I was being turned inside out, but everything settled down and got better after that. So I agree with them.
Interesting. What is the movie Enclave? I've never heard of it.
Oh,
Okay.
I am going to watch it. It's about the choice of a pope. That's all I know.
Oh,
That's-
that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's yeah, I heard about it too. But what White Dragon said, the expansion of light and abilities is similar to what Val from Dragonflight Crystals. She was on my show and she was telling me that there are changes in our DNA, and it's in our physical and light bodies, and this DNA is changing, and this is part of the evolution, and it's almost like we are growing new something new inside, something we're
Know that.
changing. The physical human being is being changed while we're here, actually here on earth, and that our DNA is changing, and these catalysts and these astrological and the solar flares, all of these things are magnificently orchestrated by the universe to help us to evolve and to be and for our DNA to change and to evolve. And
Yeah, crystalline
there's
DNA.
going to be a new human, and there is a new human. We are evolving, and it's so small of a change, but there is an acceleration during this time, because I think we need to catch up, because we've been slacking all this time.
I
Mhm.
think mankind has been kind of slacking.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really important nowadays that women finally learn to speak up for themselves. And I think you're seeing it more and more every day. We've allowed it. We've allowed the patriarchy to rule us. And it's time. It's time for the divine feminine to stand up.
When you know better, you do better.
Exactly.
I thought that was funny.
3 hours long.
It was very long. And that was only part one, you guys. That's not even the whole movie. That's part one.
Just
Wow.
sit close to the aisle.
White Dragon, I'm with you. I'm not a musical fan.
I'm
the
not
only one.
either. And I was surprised that I liked the movie because I really don't care for musicals. And I usually get restless legging them up and walking around. If it's more than an hour, poor Heather. We would go to the theater in Key West, and they had a wonderful little local theater, and we had tickets, and we would go every month. And about halfway through, I would have to get up and walk around.
Usually just before intermission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I finally quit going. It was just a waste of money. Just ridiculous. So, but that's okay because I'm not that fond. I'd rather go to a bang up movie the theater. I'm a plebeian, I guess.
No, you like concerts.
I do. I like concerts too.
Yeah.
Let's see what Barbara says. Words of kindness,
Oh,
acts of love, pieces of heaven from above is a sign I see every day in my bedroom. I love that.
Oh, that's
I wonder how to
lovely.
create that. And a little sign for mine. Not a big fan of musicals, Viviani. Me either. Oh, I love Janet.
only
She
one.
fast forwards.
Hey, I like Jesus Christ Superstar. I like that one.
Did you?
Oh yeah, that's some great music came out of that. I loved it.
There was some great music out of that. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it. So does in the chat any other ideas for how you all deal with times of stress and slight depression, not being able to get your shit together? I
And
love
just
I have a whole list of things. Phone a friend. Add yet to reframe your situation. This is actually a good one. When you feel frustrated about your lack of inspiration and progress, it's easy to get trapped in a downward spiral. However, when you add the word yet after a negative statement, it transforms it into a more positive one. I haven't gotten started yet. It really does work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yet implies that there will be a future solution or a resolution. The current situation is only temporary. Energy tapping.
Mm-hmm. Tapping is
Tapping
good.
is a good one.
Yeah, once in a while I'll do that
That's
because
me.
that can work pretty well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for everything, but
Exercising, getting your sweat on, sleeping on it, trying moving to a new location shortly,
Yep.
connect with nature, hit the showers. Fixating on all the work you have to do can cause overwhelm and deplete your inspiration. Yep. Remember that when it comes to executing, it's the small actions done consistently. But you know what I find myself doing? I find myself doing things like cleaning house, going and cleaning Olivia's room. It's almost like I'm doing busy work rather than focusing on the issue. And
Mm.
when I try to focus on the issue, it's gone. Strange, huh? I'm going to say that this show has helped me feel a whole lot better.
Yay.
That I'm going to focus on the things that are making me feel better and the fact that I have such wonderful community around me and that it's temporary. It's just not over yet.
Yes.
All right, girl.
And know that you're not the only one suffering from these things.
Oh, I was never under the illusion that
No, you wouldn't be, but sometimes people are. Why is it happening to me? It's happening to everybody.
it is, especially
Just
with all the craziness in the skies. Yay, Cindy. I
Yeah.
feel better too, Cindy.
Oh, wonderful.
What a
Yeah, thanks
beautiful
for being
community.
here, all of you guys, and all of your suggestions. Yeah, that monkey mind. It's a
Mhm.
And I want to thank you, Priscilla, for being so honest and just outing it with it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
look what happened. Everybody else
It
has
was
been through
hard.
something similar or adjacent, and either now or at another time, and we all came through and had some ideas and helped each other. So thanks to everybody.
Absolutely.
Well, it's
Yeah,
like the
thank you
card
all.
said. So, because I did draw a card for the show, and
Oh.
it was codependency, key to freedom.
I always thought
Oh, I love that
codependency
card.
was a
That's
negative thing, but in this case, it's not at
No,
all.
it's not.
It's spending time in community definitely helps.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
really have been living for my Mondays and Thursday practices lately because it's the only thing that has been helping me get through all this shit. But
Mhm.
thank you, ladies. This is actually
Oh, thank you.
fantastic. And you know, the funny thing is, Joan, the fact that I could do this today was not easy, but it also makes me aware that I am actually fulfilling one of the issues that I have with my divine masculine is being vulnerable. I hate to feel vulnerable in front of people and can't get much more vulnerable than today.
Yeah.
So that actually makes me feel good that, oh, wow, I could actually talk about this to strangers as well as friends.
Yes.
That's kind of neat. That's kind of a win.
It's beautiful. And it's very brave.
Yes.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, ladies. Let's see if there's anything else.
I liked what Hypnicity said. It was the remedy for depression is connection.
Yeah,
That's
beautiful.
true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. And I'm glad I could connect with all of you all today.
Yeah.
I really had no idea which, as you know, yesterday when I saw you, I had no idea what our show was going to be today. And I just decided, okay, I know what I'm doing. And thank you all for participating and helping me. I appreciate that.
Well, you helped us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, what are you guys up to next? Tomorrow, I know I'm going to go ahead and say it first. Tomorrow, Heather is going to remote view under the pyramids. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I've often wondered what was under the pyramids. Now, just so you know, it's a little hard to research under the pyramids because nobody knows what's under the pyramids.
That's right.
So my research is
And they won't.
oh, really?
Not for a long time.
Anyway,
Oh.
Wisdom Seeker Joan, when are you on next?
I am on with Gerald and Jean tomorrow. I'll be hosting them for our monthly get together called Enlightened Insights. And that's going to be on my channel tomorrow at, I think it's 1 Central, 2 Eastern, and thus and so.
Okay. Cool. Terry Suzuki.
I knew you would ask me,
I'm
and
not
I
gonna ask you,
probably
I'm gonna
wouldn't
ask
even
you.
know. Okay, well, at the end of this week, if you're near Everett, Washington, I'm going to
Oh.
be at the Alchemy Fair at the Angel of the Wings arena. So I'm going to be there with a booth, and if you're there, come get a reading.
Fun. How fun. It's so cool. You guys have so many events that you can attend live.
Yeah,
That's
that's
great.
neat.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
I just went to an event this last weekend too, and I have to say, I hope things are looking up. Um, it was a little harder.
Yeah.
The reason is because I've had another psychic medium that attends these same things near me, and she died recently, and so it's
Oh.
been very hard for me to go to these. I've been really in a
Oh.
much deeper state of grief than I thought, and so this was
Oh.
the first one this last weekend without her. And the next week one will be the second one, but I think I'm back on the path a little better. And
Oh, good.
I think this interaction with you all helped too, because it's like,
Ah.
yeah.
Good.
So it's a lot of fun at the Alchemy Fair. And I think Monica Starr, I bet you live near there or near. That'd be fun to have you come see me.
Yeah,
Listen,
Monica.
I agree with this, Monica. I think it would be so fun to have you all doing a retreat together.
Oh,
Well, that's in the plans.
Girls.
It's going to be a few years, but my property in Santa Fe, around Santa Fe, that's
Santa
exactly what I
Fe.
want to do.
Oh, I got a couple of good friends in Santa Fe. I've been wanting to go.
So
But I
excited.
also will say Idaho's pretty cool. The valley where I'm at is pretty
beautiful.
beautiful.
I
Yeah.
can't
If
wait
we
to
were
start
all
thinking.
under the same roof, I think the house would levitate
I do too.
Well, what a nice
I'd like to see
experience.
that happen.
or glow or something.
Oh, they'd see us from up there. Don't worry.
God, wouldn't that be fun? I can't
Yeah.
wait. It's going to happen,
Awesome.
ladies.
I think so.
These days.
I really do.
It's definitely going to happen. Jean,
Because
what are you on?
I'm rapid.
I'm on with Wisdom Seeker Joan tomorrow, and then I have Gerald is coming back on my channel on Friday, and then I have Ginger from Ginger Faye Tarot also with me on Friday. And please do subscribe to each one of our channels and hit the like and subscribe and share. And on our community page, we often will give you updates of where we're going to be next. So please, when you're subscribed, you get those updates. And I think a lot more people are using that community page. I see a lot of people using it almost like as a thread, just to update people. I think it's really important to have.
That's
Right.
interesting. I have to go look at your community page. So I'll know what to do with mine. What about you, Miss Terry Lee?
Well, I will be flying solo again on Wednesday.
On
And I'm so
Wednesday.
excited to get back at it for the new year. So, yeah, I will have a live show on Wednesday, 5 Central, 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, and 2 Pacific. And then the very next day, just so I don't lose any momentum, I'm going to be hosting a TNT show with Terry of Holding Your Space. We do
All
a
right.
TNT, and that's private readings as well. And we'll have a theme that we'll be discussing. So, really excited about this week and
That sounds
glad to
fun.
get rolling again. Yeah.
And each one of us do offer private readings as well. So, and that's located, you can find out more information in the show notes below, whatever show you're watching, and or on our YouTube channels. We have the link and the information in the About page.
Right. Because I don't have next month. Who is next month? I've forgotten. Who is next month?
It's not me.
It's I think it's Joan. Is it Joan?
Uh-oh.
Joan.
Okay. Well, we'll have to think of something.
Yep, it is Joan.
She'll
And
be
so far, our topics are blank. Just so you
If
know.
anyone has
Yeah,
a
another
suggestion,
meeting.
let us know.
Yeah.
We'd love to know what you'd be interested in seeing. And it's
Yeah.
Please, out there in
that's-
chat world, let us
that's
know
not
what
just
you would
because I
like us
can't
to
think of
talk about.
anything at the moment, but yeah.
And put things on our community page, and then we'll see
Sure.
and put comments saying, hey, I'd like to see yada, yada.
Yeah. We would
Yeah.
love info
Yeah.
because it gets hard picking a subject here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
why. You'd
we
think
need to be
so, we
challenged.
could figure it out, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, and next Saturday is Valerie will be here on the Crone Zone to talk about the full moon coming up on the
Oh.
13th. I think it is. I'm not sure if it's a 13th.
Awesome.
I have to look it
So
up.
that'll be fun. And like I said, Tuesday we have Heather and her remote viewing of Under the Pyramids. And I want to just thank everybody for being here today. All of you that came from the other channels, please go to each other's channel and like and subscribe and hit the notification buttons. These are all extremely talented, beautiful women, and we appreciate them being on our show once a month so very much. And I guess that's it. Until next time.
Mwah. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. And until next time, we'll see you again.